Hi, I am back in, in the wonderful Snowdonia. Yeah, really pleased to be here. Don't really know what the plan is yet. Just here for 3 days, and yeah, the weather is can't really make its mind up at the minute. It was looking horrendous this morning, but it's not too bad now. So I'm in the lovely town of Betws. Just gonna have a little wander around, little check around the shops, pick up a couple of bits maybe, and then head on into probably my favourite place in the entire world, the lovely Ogwen Valley. So yeah, we'll have a walk around here and I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, no matter how many times I come here, this town, Betws, has got one of those lovely railway stations, so always come in and have a look. Absolutely beautiful. These lovely carriages over here, and then there's this little museum and shop over there, which I've been in a couple of times. Yeah, it's lovely. I must have seen these falls loads of times now, but I'll tell you what, never ever get bored of them. Absolutely beautiful. So just thought I'd stop off at one of my favourite kind of viewpoints before heading into the Ogwen Valley. This is really nice around here. Nice little kind of layout of what's what. But yes, that's Snowdonia up there in the cloud, and Cribgoch range is just there. So I reckon the cloud base must be about 850-900 meters, because if you go around, that's the Penny Pass car park, start of the Miners and the Pig Track, and this is the back of the Ogwen Valley. So Glitter Fac there and Glitter Fowl there, they're about 950-990 meters, something like that. So yeah, it's always a nice little spot. And then down here, there, that is Clyn Gwynant, the lake, with the town of Beggellet just behind it, and just in front of it is the campsite I was interested in, but it doesn't look particularly busy. But I think it's probably one for the future, just for a little bit of change. Okay, so I decided to just take a walk up to Llynidwal at the end of the valley, which is absolutely beautiful little walk. Done it a few times before, but I'd do it every day if I could. It's actually, the weather is sort of changing every 5 minutes, but so far so good. It's windy and it's a bit cold, so I've even got the old thick beanie on, which I'm really glad I bought in the end, because I was almost forgot it. But yeah, just good job at blocking the wind, so yeah, should be good. So these stone plinths are relatively new. I think they've been here about 2 or 3 years now, maybe a bit longer, but yeah, really nice. They indicate all the peaks around here. Little Trifan there, absolutely stunning. Down to the Ogwen, and then Penny Wen, 978 meters. Never been up there. Might be one for this week. So I am a sucker for not listening to my own advice. How many times do I say to everyone, and Michelle will vouch for this, be bold, start cold. And I was cold down in the car. And did I start? No, I wrapped up, so I'm boiling now. I've only been walking about 5-10 minutes. So I might have to take a layer off, I think. You know what, I absolutely love this place, and it's even better when the weather's like this, blustery and, you know, constantly changing. Up there you see the clouds rolling in, and yeah, it just really feels like you're in amongst it, you know, and it's like a constantly changing show. It's lovely when it's, you know, summer and blue skies and that, but this just gives it a backdrop that I just think can't be beaten. Okay, so I'm going to head up there, which is just on the way up to Egon. Been up there before. Not sure if I'll make it all the way up. Just want to get a little bit higher and just see how it feels and see what the view's like down the valley. It's quite windy. I've got gusts of about 20-25 on the old wind recorder thingy, and the temperature is, yeah, it's reading about 8 or 9, but it feels a lot colder than that. So, but just lovely, amazing to be here. This is just such an incredible place. It's so nice to see it under all conditions as well. I've been here where the cloud's been so low you can barely see 10 meters above the water. I've been here in absolutely just clear blue skies and not a breath of wind. I've been here but it's icy, and it's just every time you come here it's an event, you know, it's never the same. It's just amazing. Okay, he's heading up now. It's quite steep. Just trying to take it really slow. Just don't want to be sweating too much, especially when it's a bit blustery and cold, because then when I do stop, you don't half feel it if you've been sweating too much in the cold. So yeah, slow and steady. Okay, so I'm about halfway up now, and I'm probably going to call it a day of that just for today, because it's, yeah, just gone 4 o'clock and I want to get back to the camp, set things up, which is going to take a little while. So yeah, don't want to go too crazy on the first day, save the old knees. But yeah, what a stunning place. I was really worried about the weather today. I thought it might actually be complete write-off, but actually it's been fantastic. So yeah, really pleased. So I'm back down at the lake now. It's a lot windier down here than it was up there. I'm no geologist, but I think these kind of bowls, glacial formations, I think the wind just comes into them and kind of forms a cyclone and develops its own wind. I've had it quite a lot, you know, certainly here and in Brecon Beacons as well. I didn't capture it, but a few seconds ago you could actually, you could see the wind coming across the water. It was almost like a bit of a shockwave, like, and then it's just like bang, big gust. So yeah, very, very impressive. And up there, look, it's really starting to close in now. I would not fancy being up there at this at this time. It'll be pretty brutal, I'd imagine. But as I say, it's just incredible. I mean, the light just constantly changes. You can just sit here for hours and just watch it. It's like your own show. It's absolutely, I love these conditions. So yeah, really, really good. Right, it's hailing now. So how quickly it changes. Look at that. Unbelievable. Okay, so back at the car now. Got a bit battered towards the end there. It really came down a bit unexpectedly. I didn't bother putting my waterproof trousers on because I thought, you know, I'll be back in the car in 5 or 10 minutes, which I was, but it really did lash it down in the end. So a bit wet now, but thankfully they dry really quick, so I might just take a quick drive and just get some heat in the car and dry up a little bit. It's just gone 5 now, so it needs to go really to the site and get the tent up, and hopefully I'll get a break in the weather to do that. So yeah, let's see what happens and hope for the best. It's not raining now, thankfully. It's just stopped, so it just changes so faster. It's incredible. So yeah, let's hope for the best, see what happens. Wow, so in the tent, it's had a bit of a mad 20 minutes. Just had to, couldn't film setting it up or anything. There was just a small break in the weather. Just had to get it up. So we're in, thankfully. It's raining again. So yeah, we're up. I've guided it out to the absolute max because I'm expecting some pretty high winds. So we'll see how we go. But everything's in now. I've got some space to breathe and sort myself out, so yeah, at least we're up and in business. Okay, so the rain's a little bit hit and miss at the minute. Yeah, I need to get out and sort out the tent a little bit, just make sure it's all straight as it should be. Just do a bit of a gear talk, just before we lose the light too much. The advantage of having this is the Access 3, so it's a 3-man tent, so it's a bit of a luxury as a kind of base camp setup. So the advantage of having this space in the car and everything, I can just, this is my kind of everything's bag, so I just literally empty most of my contents and my shelves in the garage, camping wise, into this bag and just sling it in. So it's just everything's in here really. Bit of clothes in there. I keep these 2 pouches are just electrical stuff, so loads of power and GoPro stuff, head torches. I like my gadgets, so it's always a lot of power. And then sleep wise, what we got? So this is the X-Bed Mega Mat, a real luxury for kind of base camp camping. Absolutely really nice. It's like a mattress, basically the same as the same quality sleep you'd have on a bed really. The out kit, Alpine Dream 800, lovely bag, probably the warmest one I've got. I was out last weekend and it got down to -6, so it held up okay then, so could be similar to that tonight. I do have a additional down, I think it's the Outkit cloud base quilt in there if I need it, and I've also got me Montane Prism pants, which are lovely to sleep in. So there's loads of things to sort of top it up if I need to, but unlikely I'd say. Pillow wise, I've got the X-Bed Mega Pillow. I already have it about half inflation. And then this one is something I saw quite recently. It's a Nemo pillow, which is half inflation and then half kind of cushion top, so it mimics more pillow at home, and hopefully between the 2 of them it should be lovely. So yeah, and I'm sitting on my German Army sit mat, just keeps the cold off my bum a little bit while I'm sitting down. And that's it really. So yeah, home for the next, well, 2 and a bit days. Oh yeah, and the view from the home isn't that bad either. I could think of worse views to wake up to in the morning. Okay, so just quickly show you the tent. Alright, Chifan's there. The wind is coming kind of from the mountainside, so it's hitting the kind of fatter end side of the tent, if you like, so it's going to be a pounding here, and the ground is very squelchy, so but the pegs seem alright. I've got the Delta pegs, I've used the longer ones, stakes there. So I haven't put the Deltas in yet, but I do have them if things get interesting. Yeah. We shall see. This is going to get a good test tonight, because I think it's actually going to get windier the next couple of days, so I'm sure she'll be fine. So she'll be rocking and rolling, but holding firm, I think. Okay, so I'm just sat in the car for a bit. Yeah, you can see that's what's in there, and the cloud just rolling through the valley, which is nice. Quite funny, there's a group over here in it must be a DV group, because it's a whole load of sort of teenagers in Van Gogh Banshees, which is a pretty much nailed on DV stuff. And if you just see in the wing mirror, that's one of it subtle about it, I'm pretty sure they're all kind of crouching down, cooking their meals on their trangiers, just getting out the wind a little bit, so sure they're having lots of fun. Okay, I have decided to upgrade the pegs, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 delta pegs now. Just thought we might as well, just on the windward side. Yes, this is about as strong as it gets with this tent, so yeah, everything's guyed out, everything's secure. Yeah, because I think it's going to actually get a bit worse. Okay, so I'm going to try and cook some dinner now. Because of the wind, I'm going to cook it in the vestibule of the tent, but on the non-windy side, which will be this. So probably not going to film it, because I don't really like doing this. I try and avoid it at all costs. So yeah, just want to take some real care and just boil the water quickly, and yeah, hopefully what we got. Actually, what did I pick up out of the box? Pulled porter rice, banging meal, this one, best one I think you can get. So yeah, I'm gonna switch this off for a bit, get that sorted first, and yeah, hopefully without setting fire to the tent. Got the water boiled, the meal is hydrating in its handmade knitted custom cozy, knitted by Michelle's mum. I'm sure she'll probably watch this, so thank you. Does get regular use and does a great job. So yeah, give it a few minutes and I'll look forward to enjoying that. It's a lovely meal, so yeah, looking forward to that. There's some serious rain hitting this tent now. It's quite constant, and you just get an absolute lashing. It's getting proper lively in here now. Okay, just a bit of a wind update. It's still windy. Yeah, it's moving around quite a bit. It seems to have changed direction as well. Earlier it was all coming from that side where I pointed out earlier, but now it just seems to be different directions. I've had it before here on this site, really bad, and you kind of hear it coming down the valley, so you get this, you hear the wind before you feel it, and then you get a good 3 or 4 seconds notice you're going to get a right slap, and then that's exactly what happens. But all the Van Gogh Banshees are still standing, so yeah, that's a good sign. Yeah, and then you get this lull like you get now, and then suddenly you just bang. So yeah, I'm sort of tempted to, well, maybe get out and have a look, see how we're doing from the outside, but it always seems worse in the inside. You think it's like going to collapse or something, and you go outside and watch it, it actually looks pretty solid. So I just hope it doesn't stay like this all night, because yeah, it just means you don't get much sleep basically, which yeah, won't be great. Okay, so I've just poked my head out both sides. It all looks fine, but it has been taking a right kick in. Here we go, you can hear it. I did get a weather update through to the old Garmin, and it says winds 25 gusting to 45 miles an hour all night, so it's no real change until kind of 6-7 in the morning, and even then it only goes down to 35 mile an hour gusts, so that's okay as long as it doesn't get any higher than that. It's I'm sure it can take it. It's just annoying, really. It just means that you don't get much sleep. I'm gonna go outside, have a wee, maybe brush my teeth, because I'm gonna get into the sleeping bag in a bit. I might just go and sit in the car for 5-10 minutes, just have a nice warm up before I go to bed. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock. I'm all in my bag now, nice and toasty actually. I've got a couple of hand warmers inside my down booties, some are lovely and toasty, and I've got this a heat pad as well that I bought only a couple of days ago. The Vango heat pad, you put in a little power bank, and it acts like a little electric blanket for a few hours, so that's like on my body, and the feet are toasty warm, so at the minute it's still good. The wind's still around. I don't want to tempt fate and say it's calmed down a little bit, but yeah, it's certainly not as bad, but it has its moments. But the forecast worried me a little bit, so we'll just have to see how that one goes. So hopefully I might be able to get some sleep, and if anything exciting happens, I'll switch it back on, but hopefully I'll see you in the morning. (1:15). The wind has got a lot worse. I'm having the tent fully cave in on me quite regularly, which is not good. There's also been some damage to the tent. One of these clips has snapped on the outside, which is more than pissed me off. Really, really annoying that is. I'm gonna have to try and get that fixed. And so close to Scotland trip as well. That's far from ideal. So yeah, a bit hacked off, to be quite honest. The wind is just relentless. I know it's not really flapping now, but trust me, it comes and actually just flattens the tent. Like, I think some of them, yeah, they're in trouble over there in their Banshee, so just gutted about that clip breaking. Okay, so it is now 4 in the morning, still getting battered. It's just relentless. Quite worried now about this damage to the tent. I've already had one clip go, which I think is going to be fixable, but it's taken an absolute kick in for a long time now. So I'm just going to have to make a decision at some point what I'm going to do. It's not looking good though. all the tents, well not all, there's about, well there was about 10 tents in that group over there. They've all bailed, so I think there's a bunkhouse here. They're either in there or they've driven the kids out of there. All the tents are flat. I actually saw one of them blow away completely when I was out checking this one, so yeah, not good. I've had no sleep whatsoever, so not a good night. Well, I've just done a bit of an emergency pack up and just get out of here. It's 7:30 in the morning. It's absolutely minging. I haven't slept at all. The tent is a mess. It's damaged. I'm proper packed off, to be quite honest. There are the other ones over there. It's a bit of a graveyard of banshees at the minute, and yeah, Tony's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest, after a good day, but yeah, just gotta get back and sort this out and try and get this tent fixed up. Alright, cool. See ya. Okay, so I just wanted to close off this video really, because you probably saw at the end there I wasn't really in much of a mood for doing so, and I was a bit hacked off really. Yeah, I mean the footage really didn't pick up how rough a night that was. It was pretty bad, and yeah, I've had a few rough nights in tents, but this was right up there. So didn't really have much option really. The tent, it was only one little clip that got damaged, which is no real reflection on the tent. I mean, it's an MSR Access tent, which is a top end tent, and I've got different versions of that tent, and I still stand by them. They are fantastic tents. The poles are literally unbreakable, and it was just a bit of fabric on the clip that snapped, which is being fixed now, thankfully. So that'll live to see another day for sure. And the winds, yeah, they were up at 45 mile an hour plus, which doesn't sound a lot, and people often quote, oh, I've been out in 50, 60, 70 mile an hour winds, and you know, if you actually go out and record those wind speeds, you know, even 35, 40 mile an hour is a really, really strong wind, and is enough to cause damage to most tents, and you know, you'd have difficulty walking and standing properly in those kind of winds. So if you're up at sort of 50 plus, there's not much that's going to stand up to that for that amount of time. And you saw in the footage the DOV group, which were using Van Gogh Banshee tents, which are, you know, it's a bit more of the budget level tent, I guess, but it's, anyone who will know, they are bomb-proof tents. They're a little bit heavier, and they stand up to a right beating. That's why they're so well used. And to see 3 of them destroyed and flattened with busted poles, and then another one to actually blow away in front of me, which I didn't get on film because in the middle of the night, was unbelievable, and just goes to show how fierce it was. So yeah, I guess what could I have done better? Well, I did have a look at the forecast, but I think I just need to just err on the side of caution. This is the second time this happened to me in Snowdonia at the same campsite, getting battered by winds, and getting no sleep and having damaged tent at the end of it. Yeah, that's no fun. That's not why we go and do it. So I think, look, I don't want to be a fair weather camper. I want to go out all year round, but anything above sort of 25, 30 mile winds in the forecast, I would just stay away from it, because it's just, as you saw, it's just not worth the hassle. You're just not going to have a great time, and that's really the reason why we do this. We go out there to have a good time and create some great memories, and not necessarily that. So yeah, look, I'll go back. I love the place, but maybe just when it's not quite so windy. So yeah, still made a lot of learns. It was good. Had a great day, but just the night was very, very rough. So yeah, just wanted to end it on a little bit more of a positive and a bit more information, and rather than the mess that I was in the car at the end there. So yeah, thanks for sticking with it. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one, which will be a bit more positive.